Hi, my name is Sam Marcellini. I'm the owner and chief instructor here at Marcellini's Martial Arts Academy. From a young age, I've been very passionate about the mindsets and the philosophies that go with martial arts. When taught correctly, it can make an amazing difference in the mental and personal development of the students. Unfortunately, this is something that's overlooked in many martial art communities. Training under the right instructor should cultivate self-awareness, clarity of mind, focus, and emotional balance, which translates to practitioners having the ability to stay calm under pressure, better mental health and quality of life, and handling of life's challenges with grace and resilience, which is priceless in my opinion. Although the mental aspect is the most important thing to me now, this wasn't always the case. In the past, I was looking for effective self-defense training. I had the same question many people have. Which style actually works when it counts, and which school can train you properly? On a quest to find answers, I train in nearly all popular martial arts styles: karate, kung fu, jiu-jitsu, judo, kickboxing, Muay Thai. I earned 5 different black belts, 3 of them third-degree black belts. Although I started when I was 5 years old, it wasn't until my late teen years, when I was already teaching, when I decided to dedicate my life to the research and development of the most effective self-defense skills. I was on a quest, but it wasn't easy. I had to identify the most effective self-defense style, find the best school for it no matter where it was in the world, and dedicate decades of my life training there. But I was 100% dedicated, and I remain so to this day. Let me share with you a little bit about my journey and the 3 main styles I dedicated my life to training in. In the beginning of 1994, I started training at Gracie Academy in Torrance, California. I was fortunate enough to train with the co-founder of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, Grandmaster Helio Gracie, and his sons. I spent decades training with them. I was a sparring partner of Royce Gracie, who was fighting out of the school. I spent decades training with Royce on a regular basis, majority of it one-on-one. I was the second person he ever gave a black belt to in California. The Gracie Academy truly revolutionized martial arts. They started the UFC, they had historic success in MMA competition, and it was open challenge. Some of these challenge matches had no rules. In fact, my first school that I opened year 2000 under the Gracies was open challenge the first few years. It took me about 10 years to notice that the jiu-jitsu we practiced was very different than what other jiu-jitsu schools were doing. Even though I competed in MMA and did challenge matches, I was told not to get involved in tournament or sport jiu-jitsu to maintain the integrity of the style and choice of techniques for self-defense. Even the military noticed the efficiency of this style, where they contacted the Gracie Academy, who were teaching Navy SEALs, Marines, Secret Services, and many different law enforcement agencies. I also dedicated decades of my life training the Majuro Gym style of kickboxing. The original Majuro Gym had the first non-Thai champion in Thailand. I was a longtime student of one of the stars from this school, Rob Kamen, who was a 9-time world Muay Thai champion, with many believing he was the greatest ever in his prime. I was his very first certified instructor in the US. I also spent a great deal of time studying wrestling and judo for self-defense. I studied some of the best wrestlers in the world and spent well over a decade with one of the best wrestling coaches for MMA at the time, Rico Ciprelli, who was a 3-time All-American, NCAA champion, and a World Cup champion. I believe with my background and my extensive research in blending these arts and my continual dedication to explore what really works, I can provide my students with one of the best self-defense trainings you can possibly find. Regardless of your age, fitness level, or experience level, as long as you're willing to show up and give it the time it takes and be consistent, whether it's once a week or once every other week, I'll be more than glad to help you or your child on this amazing journey. See you on the mat.